Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of Archaeoastronomy from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information. Oh, give thanks, Asante Sana, Salamta to each and every one. We glorify Kadamawa Haile Selassie. Honorable Priest Isaac here with you on such a wonderful day. And of course, just encouraging each and everyone to be a part of the Ancient Astronomy Course. Of course, the 21st day of May will be the official day when we begin to roll out the courses for all those who would have already enrolled. And keep in mind, from now until the 21st day of May, you could get the course for only $195. But of course, after the 21st of May, those who will be enrolling after that date, you will get it for $275. But of course, the value of this course, my family, I mean, for sure, it is really priceless. Of course, remember, this is a 6 weeks course. That's a month and a strong, and divided into several parts where you also have your quiz, and you will be given your certification of achievement when you have completed the course as well. The course is extremely dynamic, very, very rich with information, very rich with history, very rich with academics. When you complete this course, you will have a good understanding of stars and their makeup and the movements of the constellation. We still go into archaeoastronomy, we still go into astrotheology, although we are creating courses that specifically deals with these areas within the whole realms of astronomy in general. Family, when you are completed this course, you will definitely be satisfied and definitely be happy that you took part of what the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge is offering to you. And it's quite interesting, you know, the reason why I have to stress the course for this specific program is because previous night, I was listening to a presentation given by the good brother Sanchez. And of course, this is an individual which many ones would have asked me to reach out to. I would have reached out to Brother Sanchez in the past before. We never got to hook up. I don't even think I got a response, to be very honest, but that's how it goes. Sometimes I hope he would have received the message. And for those of you who do not know who Brother Sanchez is, he's one of the more out front individuals in the Black community that defends the flat earth theory. And the reason why I decided to do this presentation here, or actually to go back to a presentation I would have done a few years ago, is because the good brother was highlighting the circumpolar stars in his quest to prove the whole aspect of the flat earth. I must say, with all due respect, and he's a very intelligent brother. I would have listened to a few of his presentations, and I'm quite impressed with the level of information he would have bring forth. He doesn't just speak about flat earth alone. He goes into other different mystic areas. But in this case, I must say, I found a few aspects of his presentation, well, from my humble opinion, that was a bit off. And of course, he was utilizing again the circumpolar stars, showing that the ancient Egyptians, the people of Kemet, understood when the stars would return. And he highlighted the Orion's belt and showed the Orion's belt aligning with the pyramid. And where there is a big mishap there is because the Orion's belt cannot be associated with the northern circumpolar stars. In fact, the Orion's belt is the furthest thing away from a circumpolar star. The Orion's belt is on 0 degrees declination. The Orion's belt is on the celestial equator. It rises exactly due east and sets exactly due west. It's never a circumpolar star or ever in that position whatsoever. And again, the circumpolar phenomenon that happens in the heavens is proof that the earth is not flat like a penny. I will repeat, the circumpolar activity that we witness in the north and in the south proves that we are not on a disk, a flat earth. Now, again, I'm going to somewhat revisit a presentation that I did. And again, this is all due respect to the good brother and even the platform that he was on, the House of Consciousness. And again, I'm just, in my humble way, critiquing that by proving again that it is the circumpolar star and the circumpolar constellation and the whole circumpolar activity that gives a serious, I would say, resistance to that concept of the flat earth. So let us revisit that. Okay, and even before I revisit this, this is why the Ancient Astronomy Course is so important, family. I mean, we could all be so humble here and everyone has their opinion and, you know, and all of that stuff. But in reality, the truth is the truth. And this is why we have put together the Ancient Astronomy Course for those of you who are serious about knowledge, not entertainment and debate. And oh, let's hear the other man's point. We're not into too much of that stuff. We're into the academics. And I'm telling you, the course that we have put together is rich with the academics of the celestial movements. So family, for those of you who are serious about your growth in knowledge, make sure that you enroll in the Ancient Astronomy course. Okay.
Times when you actually need to see something from somebody else's point of view. I look at the flat earth from the flat earther's point of view. In fact, any discussion, even if I do not agree, I actually think that is healthy to look at the discussion from the other person's point of view. So even if you don't believe in the globe or the round earth or whatever you want to call it, At least I know that you have been schooled in certain things. And the reality is that if you look at the global Earth as we know it, the reason why you have the circumpolar stars is because of the fact that the Earth rotated and even the revolving around the sun. You notice that there's certain stars that just don't move. Now, this is very important. And the reason why is because, again, I'm really speaking to those who really want to learn. This is very, very important. What we have here, this is how the heavens looks to all of us. Please follow me good. This is how the heaven looks to all of us. Now, in this southern hemisphere, we're looking at the southern hemisphere here. This is the southern celestial pole right here. This area of the sky is the southern celestial pole. What I'm highlighting here, this doesn't have nothing to do with NASA. I would agree that this may be a software and this may be an app, but as an individual, I'm speaking of myself now, that studies the stars. As an individual that takes time, decades now, studying the movements of the stars, you know that. You obviously can see how we connect the stars even down to theology, that we have some idea of what's going on in the movements of the heavens. So for sure, I can tell you that what this app or software is showing me and you is reality as it relates to the heavens. Listen to me good, please. Now, when you observe, this is the North Pole, or we're looking to the north here as such. Now, look at what this software does. First of all, let us highlight our location. Right now, we're in the Caribbean here, somewhere around here. Let's just put this in. Okay. Now, from the angle where we are at, this is Polaris. So for those of you who live, for example, in the Caribbean, say you live on the 17th degree latitude line, north.
Listen.
I mean, this is knowledge, eh? And if you think, oh, this is too much deep vibes, well, you don't really want to know the end of the matter as it relates to the subject.
Family, listen to this, eh? Deep, deep, deep stuff.
You got to make up your mind to deal with the academics of this. So if you are on the 17th degree latitude line, then the north celestial pole will be at a 17-degree angle going up. Follow me good. So if you were on the 23rd degree latitude line to the north, that means that when you look to the North Pole, it would be at a 23-degree angle. So this is why if you are at the North Pole of the heavens and you were to look up above you, you would see Polaris, which is the current North Pole star right above you.
So what he's saying there, if you were at the North Pole of the Earth, that was a slip of the tongue there. If you were at the North Pole of the Earth, like up there in Alaska, the North Pole, yes, where the snow and igloo Eskimos ride, and you were to just look right above your head, that's where you will see Polaris. You understand? But anywhere else, if you're on the 20th degree latitude, Polaris will be 20 degrees going up. 5 degrees latitude, Polaris will just slightly be 5 degrees going up. Good, very good. I know you got that.
Which is the current North Pole star right above you, because you are at the North Pole of the planet. In fact, even on the flat Earth, when you are at the center of the flat Earth and you look up, the impression that you're supposed to get is that the North Pole is above you. And this is why the dome is spinning around and all the stars on the side, they're going around. But the star that is just at the top above is not moving. Now again, anyone can see this. This is nothing I'm making up. I'm in the island of Antigua. When it gets dark, I could go out and show you this pole star, and it will remain there all night long. It is not going anywhere. And even in the day, it is still there. It's just that the light of the sun may be, of course, the lightness of the light of the sun is so bright that you don't really see the stars. It's just common sense. So I'm telling you now, pardon me, I'm telling you now, when you observe the pole star, which is Polaris, from an angle on the latitude line, the angle that Polaris is to you is similar to where you are. So if you are at the fifth latitude degrees wise, then Polaris would just be 5 degrees going up into the heavens. This is very, very important. The same thing can be said of the southern hemisphere. If you are on the 70th degree latitude line of the southern hemisphere, then the southern celestial pole will be the same degree, 17, same degree going up into the heavens from where you are. The angle will be the same as the latitude that you are on, in a nutshell. So northern hemisphere, the angle that you are, or the latitude line that you are on as it relates to the degree is the same angle of the pole star or the northern celestial area of the heavens. So on the southern side of the planet, which is the southern hemisphere, the latitude line that you are on, if it's 20 degrees latitude, that means that the celestial southern pole will be 20 degrees going up in the heavens from where you are in the southern pole. This is a fact. Whether you believe the earth is flat or global or whatever, what I just said is a fact. Nobody can deny that. You don't need this app to show you that. That is a fact. No, makes sense you try to go look for no information. That is undeniable. Unless you can read the stars. I don't mean in a book with your eyes. You can't come and tell me that that is not so. All right. This means that both the northern celestial pole and the southern celestial pole has circumpolar stars. What are circumpolar stars? So this is the northern celestial pole that we have here. This means on the movements of the heavens, so I'm moving the heavens to show you now. As it relates to the movements of the heavens, there are certain stars. If you notice Polaris itself, Polaris is not really moving. It is basically just standing there because it's just at the edge of the celestial North Pole. Now remember, there's no North Pole in the sky, you know. It only appears like this. The reason why it appears like this, again, is because of how the earth rotates and revolves. That's very key. This is what we all know. Because of how the earth rotates and revolves. Here it is. There is Polaris. The earth is rotating. So Polaris appears as if it is not moving. And then the other stars that are around would appear as if they're rising and setting. Those who are on the equator appears as if they're rising and setting. But those that are at the poles, they do not move. And those that are very close to the pole, they just go around. So this is why you notice these stars, they are going around the pole. And the further out you go, the wider your circle around the pole. And this is why when you come to the eastern side of the globe, you'll notice you have stars that don't go around, they rise And when you go to the west, you're seeing stars that set and go as it may appear under the earth. But in the north, you have stars that are going around. In the north, you have your circumpolar stars, and those that are very close, those that are very close to the celestial northern pole, which is just an apparent pole because of how the earth is rotating. So it gives this impression. This is all impression that you're getting here. You get the impression as if, again, those stars that are closest to the northern pole of the sky hardly move. They just go around in a circle, while those that are further away have a longer or a bigger circle that they go around. Now, when you look at the flat earth model, as I said, when you return to the flat earth model and we observe what we were watching here at the beginning, the flat earth model itself now, let us look at this good. The flat earth model itself, if you take this in the way that I guess we're supposed to see it, and it's rotated, look at how it rotates. Okay, so you see it spinning there. Now in its spinning, obviously if you are on the earth here, if this is spinning, this dome with these lights are spinning, those at the top, right here, please follow me, those at the top would appear just like the pole star, as if they're hardly moving. And those at the edge here, all here, the further down you go, is the wider the movement. So just as you're here, if you were here looking up, these would not move. At least it may not appear as if they're moving. And those closer to the tip here would just go around in a little circle, of course. And those out here like these, they would come all the way around, I guess, around the back, and those closer to the edge of this dome, they would have a wider round to go. I'm sure you understand. Excuse me, dear partner. So it's obvious. I mean, it's just common sense. See it moving there? It's just common sense. It only makes sense. You could see it here. So these at the top don't move, or they move very small amount of movement. And those here at the edge, they do a large movement. Okay, please bear with me. I'm almost done. I'm not gonna, I know it might sound a bit complicated to some, and it can be. It really can be, and that's the truth. It really can be a bit complicated, but please bear with me. Okay, let's return to this now. Now, I'm showing you, here we are on the earth. Now, let us say we are in Peru. So we put ourselves in Peru. So we're in Peru there now. Now, in Peru, when you look to the north, you can't see no pole star because you're way in the southern hemisphere. Now, this is a fact. This is a fact. This is not nothing we're making up.
And just to make sure everyone understands, this blurry line here is the horizon line. The horizon line. The brother doesn't have on the feature where you're seeing the planet itself. So you see the sky meet the earth. So the feature where you see the planet itself, the brother has switched it off. So you're seeing all the sky, but there's a line that remains to remind you that this is the horizon line. So what you're seeing below there, really, you wouldn't see it on the planet. So as he's saying, he has located us now in Peru, which is way in South America. So that is why we will not see the northern circumpolar stars. Yes, you're seeing it on the screen here, but in reality, this line is the horizon line. So you would be on the earth and this wouldn't be here. In fact, let me see if he actually brings in that feature eventually.
You go to Peru and you look north, you do not see Polaris anymore because you are in the southern hemisphere. All right. Now look at this. When you are in Peru, you get a very similar impression as those who live in the northern hemisphere. So those who live to the north of the equator, you would notice this action similar to those who live to the south of the equator. Now, for those of us who would have traveled to South America, and even those right here in the Caribbean, you can look southwards and you would see a similar action. Because, for example, the Southern Cross, look at the Southern Cross here, standing out. This is a circumpolar star. So the Southern Cross literally goes just like Cassiopeia in the north. The Southern Cross just goes around the southern celestial pole. This is it. This is the southern celestial pole, not because I'm showing you this on a software, not because I'm showing you this on an app. Listen to me good. We don't need to use this. This is what I personally observe with my eyes in the heavens for years now. For years. You look to the east, you see stars like Orion rising above your head and setting in the west. You look to the north, you see stars like Cassiopeia and the Big and Little Dipper, Ursa Major going around Polaris or the northern celestial pole. And then you look to the south, because you got to keep in mind, even though I may have traveled, obviously, but where I am stationed is very close to the equator. So in a sense, I have a good vision of the southern sky. And in the same way, and I study this, I don't look up on the stars and say, wow, I wonder what's going on out there. Straight up, don't feel no way, man, but I have to clarify exactly where I'm coming from so you understand what I'm saying. I do not look up on the sky or at the sky and say, wow, I wonder what that is. Wow, you think that's a satellite? Wow, I wonder if that's a planet. No, if you don't know, you ask me, what's that? Which star is that? And I will tell you. And the reason why I'm saying that is to show you that I'm literate in the reading of the heavens. So I'm not guessing here. This is not somebody's documentary I watched and I'm trying to explain to you what I learned from them. And again, even in my movements across the earth, there's certain things that you pick up. The flat earth business cannot work when it relates to the movement of the stars, because there is a southern celestial pole. A southern celestial pole does not exist on a flat earth. Where are we right now? We are in Peru. And in Peru, when you come out of your house on an evening in Peru and you look to the south, this is what you see. You see stars like the Southern Cross just going around the southern celestial pole. Follow me good. Let's go to South Africa. Bless up everybody in Zululand. So in South Africa, you come out of your house on an evening and you look to the south. What do you see? You see the exact same thing that they would have seen in Peru a few hours ago. You see the movements of the heavens in the south, the same set of stars. Listen to me good.
And as he said, listen to me good. This is a serious point, family. Let's just be honest. Anyone that listens to this point and comprehend this point and still want to say, oh, flat earth and make an argument, you just like the debate. Even if you haven't changed your outlook, once you are an intelligent thinking person, after you get this point, you should at least say, that's interesting. Maybe I need to look into it deeper. Straight up, nothing wrong. This ain't a game. This is reality.
Of the heavens in the south, the same set of stars. Listen to me good. Look, the Southern Cross here. We're in South Africa now. We're not in Peru. We're in South Africa. And we're seeing the same set of stars going around this point, the celestial pole of the southern hemisphere. Okay. So we leave from South Africa now, and let's just drop into Australia. And we're in Australia. If you notice, all of these are southern lands. And in Australia, we do the same thing. Nightfall, the same day, same time. What we observe in the heavens, here is the Southern Cross and all the other stars. We see the same movements going around the same celestial southern pole. Now you may say, what is your point? Well, it's sad to know that you haven't received the point yet, but nothing wrong. When we return to the leader of the flat Earth's model here. Now, where were we? We were in Peru. This is Peru right here. See Peru right here? And when we were in Peru, when we looked in this direction, south, towards the ice fence, when we looked in this direction, we saw a set of stars. I don't think it's these here, but we saw a set of stars going around a central point. Something similar to how this would look.
Undeniable.
If this was really the case, if the earth was flat and it had this dome.
I would give up.
I know somebody say, man, if you read the Bible said, as I said at the beginning, maybe you're just joining us. We are sticking to this point. Here where you gone now, the Bible said, you gone to a book that has so much debate over it. And it's not that it's false, man. But even if you take it, do you understand what you're reading? Okay, what the Bible say? The sun go through this gate and go through that gate. The same Bible says that a lot of what it's telling you is allegory. So this is why I'm sticking to something that is tangible. This is why I'm not going on no secondhand story. This is why I am not telling you what Mr. Smith said, Mr. George says, what Galileo says, or what Matthew, Mark, or Ezekiel says. I am telling you what I see with my own eyes that I observe every night. And unless you have taken the time to study what I study, you're not even really qualified to debate what I'm saying here, because I'm showing you when you leave Peru and you go now, where we went, to South Africa. Here's South Africa over here on the other side of this flat earth. They're on different sides. In fact, look at Australia to Peru. They're on the total extreme of this flat earth model. But yet still, if I fly from Peru and fly to Australia to meet the same night, like for example today, say it's the 23rd of November. Say it's the 23rd of November. And this is the night of the 23rd of November in Peru. Well, the night of the 23rd of November in South Africa and the night of the 23rd of November in Australia and any little islands that are on the southern hemisphere close to the tip, they will all see the same movements of the stars, and not only see the same movements, but they will see the stars in a circumpolar fashion. I am saying that that is impossible. It cannot happen. I know Mr. Leader of the Flat Earth is more famous than me, and he has a lot of backing, and nobody gonna hear what I say, but it don't mean nothing to me. They can talk until the head drop off. It is impossible. It cannot happen. You cannot observe the circumpolar southern stars specifically. It can't happen on a flat earth. It just can't happen. There's nothing you can do to fix that up, eh? So I'm not saying this like if I'm waiting for somebody to rebut this, because it's impossible. Yes, you can come with a next argument. You're going to try to say, well, when the planes take off from Newfoundland, it takes them only 2 hours to reach to somewhere else. And if the earth was flat, that's a different argument. As I said, on both sides, the debate is good. It's healthy. And actually, it sends you to do more research. Nothing wrong with that. But I am saying, as it relates to this point here, look, the other day we were in a plane and we showing you that the plane is a vacuum, just like even this dome or the atmosphere. This dome is an atmosphere. There's an atmosphere inside of the dome. So whatever the movements of space is, even this thing spinning around, this spinning around too, you ain't feeling it because you are in a dome. So that's what I'm showing you. Some people that believe that the earth should not be spinning around because it's going too fast and you may fly off and all of that. That's the next argument, which I think doesn't really go too far. But that's not what I'm talking about. I don't want you to mix up what I'm saying today with anything else. Stick to this point. If you can't prove this, you should be quiet. Stick to this point. How is it that you're in South Africa, somebody else in Peru, and somebody else in Australia, and in all places you're waiting for the sun to set so you could observe the southern stars? And in both, not both, but in all three places that are on totally different spectrums, really, as it relates to this flat earth. It's impossible. Number one, it's impossible to get southern circumpolar stars on a flat earth. That's first. It's impossible to get southern circumpolar stars on a flat earth.
No, family, the argument done right there. The argument done right there. I refuse to even continue. So if anyone is serious, they would take up from that specific spot. I am speaking as an ancient astronomer, an archaeoastrologer, and even an astrotheologist. It is impossible. It cannot happen for you to see circumpolar stars. It's impossible. It cannot happen for you to see southern circumpolar constellation on a flat earth. It doesn't make sense, you research. There is no rebuttal in the world for that point. There is nobody. Don't call no name for me. If they don't come, go and bring the clip. A lot of us need to be a little more serious with this information. Nobody should even type a letter to say, oh, they disagree. You need to go and get the person that can debunk this. Go and create a whole YouTube channel, make a video, put it on Facebook, send it to me. Do some work. If you're serious about what you stand for, because I will repeat, nobody listening to me, no human being can debunk what I just said. You cannot get southern circumpolar stars on a flat earth. Give thanks. What a joy. Rastafari. Blessed love. I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia-Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of ARCHAEOASTRONOMY from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information.